Hello, everyone. My name is Elion Cologne, and my partner for this biology project is Taylor Knight. Our professor for our biology class is Dr. Amanda Brandt, and we go to Lake Sumter Community College. So we chose to do our presentation on why caffeine causes a widespread increase of resting brain entropy. Now here, we have some basic background information about the harm that caffeine causes in general. Obviously, caffeine stimulates individual regions of the brain, and the blood flow of your brain can be affected greatly if caffeine is consumed excessively every day. Caffeine also tends to block the process of adenosine in your body, which decreases your heart rate, helping you sleep. We have here only a few of the many symptoms caffeine causes, including dilated pupils, heart rate increase, rise in blood pressure, and more. Next, we were told to choose a hypothesis for our topic. Will caffeine increase brain entropy across a large portion of the brain? We decided to go with this because previous studies show that Ben is sensitive to pharmaceuticals. Now, what were some experimental approaches that were made in this study? Of course, much of this experiment took place in a lab because the only place to measure brain activity is through tools that can only be found in a laboratory. To find this, researchers used different types of scans, one of which is a brain positron emission tomography scan, if I said that right, or a PET for short. This slide shows our experimental, dependent, and independent variables. With caffeine being our experimental, the milligrams of caffeine consumed being our dependent, and our independent variable is the brain before any caffeine is added. This is some of the data we found when researching our topic. The graph on the left shows the effect of caffeine within a 60-minute period. Red being the brain without caffeine, and black is with the caffeine added. The bar graph on the right is just information showing you how much caffeine is in our favorite drinks. With all of these experiments, data, and information, we see that when a small dosage of caffeine is added, there seems to be a little, if not any, change of brain activity. As for the test in which a large amount of caffeine is added, it affected the large portion of the cerebral cortex. And to conclude our presentation, we found that the hypothesis was indeed correct, meaning Ben did have the effect that the researchers believed it would have. A little amount of caffeine had little to no increase in the resting brain entropy, but when a larger amount of caffeine was added, we see that the larger part of the brain was indeed affected, which brings out many of the symptoms from the background information slide. We believe some of the strengths of this article was the fact that the information and data was very easy to understand for readers. They also incorporated the use of abbreviations in their reading, forcing the reader to do extensive research to understand the article more. So that is our project, Elion Cologne and Taylor Knight, our biology project, titled Caffeine Caused a Widespread Increase of Resting Brain Entropy. Thank you.